So as the sides negotiate here in Switzerland, what would a nuclear deal with Iran actually look like? Let's start with the goals first. The goal of the West, led by the U.S., is to eliminate Iran's ability to make a nuclear weapon, or at least extend the time needed to do so, the so-called breakout time, to about a year, so that if Iran makes that decision, the West would have enough time to react. Iran's goal is to get relief from economic sanctions that have punished its economy, particularly with the fall in the price of oil. And at the same time, Iran wants to maintain a civilian nuclear program that it insists is peaceful. So how do you get there? To increase the so-called breakout time to a year, one, you have to reduce the number of centrifuges Iran has, centrifuges that it spins uranium to a more enriched form, from around 20,000 that it has today to perhaps around a few thousand. Two, you have to eliminate or convert the enriched uranium it already has, perhaps by shipping it out of Iran to Russia for conversion into fuel that's only usable in civilian nuclear power plants. Finally, you have to increase the monitoring at Iran's nuclear facilities so that Iran doesn't have the ability to cheat. Now, getting that balance right is difficult. So is getting the balance right for sanctions relief, because Iran wants all sanctions lifted at once, at the start of an agreement. The West, led by the U.S., have said that's not possible. They want sanctions lifted bit by bit so that the West can maintain leverage to ensure that Iran abides by the agreement. Now, there are in these negotiations actually two deadlines, one at the end of March for a framework political agreement and one at the end of June for a final agreement. And the fact is, you could reach a framework agreement in March but have the whole deal fall apart when you're finalizing those details. All sides say that the gaps are narrowing and have been narrowing for a number of weeks, but oftentimes it's bridging those final gaps that's the most difficult.